The first hedge fund has officially closed their doors, guys, and they were shorting AMC and GameStop. So we're going to talk about it and potentially what it implies for other hedge funds and institutions going into the future. Now, the first thing I want to point out with all of this is the NSCC 002. This implies a lot to the actual collateral and the margin that is going on behind the scenes of the hedge funds and institutions, because this new segment of the rule that did just get passed and is being implemented, I believe, June 24th, is essentially saying that every day these risks are going to be recalculated, because obviously positions move around a lot, specifically in stocks like AMC and GameStop, and be prorated, right? So each day these funds that are severely over leveraged will have to bring up new capital and put that up as collateral. If they can't, they will have 1 hour to cover their positions and essentially get margin called. Now let's take a look at this hedge fund that officially closed their doors. This article says London-based hedge fund closes after betting against GameStop, becoming one of the first meme stock casualties. It goes on to say White Square Capital will close its main fund this month after a review raised concerns over the viability of its business model, essentially taking on massive amounts of risk and over leverage that they quite frankly shouldn't have been doing in the first place. It says Corona Witter said the decision was, in quotes, related to thinking the equity long short model is challenged. The FT reported a strategy where traders bet some stocks will rise over time long while others will fall short. And that is what a hedge fund does, right? They bet long, they bet short, but they hedge out these positions. So hedge funds, they're not in the business to make a ton of money or lose a ton of money, right? That's why you don't see hedge funds that hit massive gains like we do, right? 500, 1,000%. That's what we have been used to, at least in 2020. Hedge funds, they're not going for that because it's too much risk for them. But when you are on one side of these trades and essentially not hedging these trades, that is where you come across a lot of risk and negligence on the part of the hedge fund. It says White Square was one of numerous funds to take on double-digit losses on the short part of this model in January, as armies of coordinated retail traders targeted stocks including AMC Entertainment and GameStop that mainstream financial institutions had bet against, known as short selling. A person close to the fund told the FT the fund had made back, in quotes, a fair share of the losses, and the decision was to close was not related to the meme stock rally. We all know it was. Come on now, guys. It's statistically, it's the best time to be investing, right? You're at all-time highs on the stock market. Everything seems to be pretty good besides the inflation and Jerome Powell coming out here and there and sounding a little hawkish. But overall, it's a great time to be investing in the stock market, at least for the long term is concerned. We could go through a crash or correction at any time. That's not a topic for this video, but for the long term, it looks to be fully intact. Nevertheless, White Square is one of the first funds hit by the meme stock rally to close. Through a number of financial heavyweights, including Wall Street's Melvin Capital and Light Street Capital, suffered heavy losses on short positions in the surge. White Square did not immediately respond to Ford's request for comment, but the crucial quote in explaining his reasoning to investors, Corona Witter said, in quotes, there are way too many fish in the pond with the same strategy to pursue a long short model. In parentheses, the traditional edge of hedge funds has been eroded by an oversupply of capital, he reportedly added. That makes zero sense. Just because you are losing money, you're going to shut down your whole hedge fund. You're not going to divert strategies or try to do something else. It's quite frankly, they're having massive losses and probably their morale is getting to them. We are beating these hedge funds down. We're making them take billions and billions of dollars in losses. So it's not surprising that they have actually shut their doors, but they are going to be one of obviously many, many more to come after this new NSCC 002 rule has actually been passed about bringing up additional collateral, and that may be a big factor as to why they're actually closing their doors as well. But I do want to point out, if you guys are unfamiliar, margin debt is at an all-time high for the overall stock market, but most of this obviously is held by institutional investors and hedge funds. Now, as of May 21st, we had $861 billion in margin debt outstanding. That is a huge amount. So you're going to see a lot of forced liquidations that do come out of these over leveraged positions that are a part of this pool, right? A lot of margin or AMC, GameStop, momentum stocks are included in this margin balance. The higher we see those go, the more obviously this number will come down, but you will see a lot of hedge funds and institutions that are actually closing their doors. So that is all I have for this video. There's not any more details to be said about this. They didn't give any specific losses, but we are going to see more forced liquidations, more bankruptcies by hedge funds and institutions. This is only just the start. So good job, apes. Keep up the good old fight. We are winning the battles, and we are ultimately going to win the war. With that being said, make sure to check out the link down below for public. Get up to $70 in your choice of free stock. They do not route your order flows to companies like Citadel. The only other brokerages that do not do that is Fidelity and Merrill Lynch, obviously the other one being public. So make sure to check that out if you guys want to. No deposit necessary, no need to even link a bank account to get your free stock. Also check out the link down below for the buy and sell alerts. They literally pay for themselves, and we have been killing it. Great community over there where we source great information. With that being said, I will see you guys later. Until next time, take care.